Welcome, Jill Charney. I'm so delighted to spend this time with you today talking about your work. It's been so diverse over a long career, over 35 years as a social worker, as a school adjustment counselor, now as a yoga instructor and baby cuddler. And I'm so interested to hear from you. If we could just begin with you introducing yourself a little bit and sharing how you went from being a long-time urban-based, multicultural school adjustment counselor in Somerville, Massachusetts, to integrating yoga and mindfulness with children.
Many years ago, when I worked in the public schools, I realized that there are so many kids who are just not really able to participate in talking therapy. And what happened was I was working with a lot of kids on educational plans, and one classroom had lots of children in it who were very cognitively challenged and behaviorally challenged and socially challenged. And I was supposed to be meeting with them in counseling one-to-one. And the standard way was to have conversations, right? To use words. But it was really clear that this just was not going to work. And I thought, oh no, what am I going to do with those kids to really enhance their communication skills and their self-confidence? So I had one of those aha moments and I said, how about if I do some yoga with those kids? And I approached the teacher, and the teacher said, yeah, sounds like it's a great idea. So we started, and it was so positive that I got very inspired, and I realized, it's not just these kids who don't do well with verbal talking therapy. A lot of kids do not. And I was in a pre-K through 8th grade public school, and it wasn't just the young kids, it was also the older kids too. So I got so inspired that I got certified as a yoga instructor for kids, and I just had so much fun, and there was so much positive response and success that I just went one thing after another, and then I opened it up to other grades, and I talked with the teachers, and we ended up with a dedicated yoga room in the public school, and then it was just my passion. So it was just, that was one of the ways I began with the preschool to grade 8.
What were the ways in which you used yoga and mindfulness to help children specifically?
Well, it's just all about what yoga is, and it was, certainly it's so beneficial with children who have a history of trauma, no question, and so positive and helpful with all children, because what it does is it taps into all of who we are, right? We know what yoga is. It's the mind, the body, and the spirit. And with kids, the spirit is the breathing, right? That's how we explain it with the kids. So what it allowed them to do was to become all the things that yoga helps us with. It helped them get in touch with their bodies. It helped develop confidence. It helped develop feeling like they were special, that their bodies were important, that they knew how to listen to their bodies. They knew how to help and learn how to self-regulate. They also learned how to be in community with the other children and to do partner work where they depended on each other. So the self-regulation, we know, is so important with kids with trauma, and also the feeling that they're important. And so one of the things I remember saying a lot to these kids, and also to the little ones that I work with now, is if something doesn't feel okay in your body, do not do it. And to allow them to have control over what feels good and what does not feel good, and to give them that power within, and to get in touch with that, and to be in connection not only with their own bodies but also with one another. And so those were some of the ways that the children really took in the beauty and the power of yoga with all of its facets. And then the other thing I want to share is about the mindfulness, because this to me is one of the major pieces of the yoga class, besides the movement and the songs and the fun. We do at the beginning, we often do a tasty meditation. So I share with them healthy food. It could be related to the theme of the day, or it could not. I have them look at it and then smell it, touch it, suck it, and chew it. And in between it, each time, when I ask them, is it sour? Is it sweet? Is it rough? Is it smooth? So that we slow down this mindful eating that I'm sure many of you have heard of with adults, of course. It's helping the children slow themselves down, to self-regulate, to be in the moment, and to enjoy. And also to see, with if it's in a small group, some kids like it, some kids don't. So it's all about accepting differences, and that we're not all the same. And maybe some people think it's sour and some kids think it's sweet. So it's just a beautiful thing. And then it really slows them down, because I sort of don't let them eat it until the end of this.